The University of California has a temporary reprieve after a federal judge on Friday blocked the Trump administration's demand for 7 years worth of admissions data. The administration wanted the GPA, test scores, race, and incomes of applicants and admitted students, convinced that UC and other public university systems are considering race illegally. UC and California have denied this, and the state is suing the Trump administration. Meantime, a different lawsuit is proceeding that stems from a story we brought you exclusively on ABC 7 News in 2023 that went viral around the world. The story of Stanley, the Palo Alto student with a 4.4 GPA and near perfect SAT score, rejected by most universities he applied to, yet landed a job as an engineer at Google at age 18. Now, 2.5 years later, Stanley and his father remain convinced that racial discrimination was a factor in his college rejections. They've filed multiple lawsuits against university systems, including UC, and they're doing it with AI as their primary lawyer. Joining us live now, Nan Zhong, Stanley's father and co-founder of the nonprofit SWORD, Students Who Oppose Racial Discrimination. Nan, thanks for your time today.
Good to have me.
I think people who have been following the story want to know first, how is Stanley? He's 21 now, right?
He's 20, yeah, but he's having a lot of fun at Google. As you mentioned, Stanley was hired to a full-time position, actually a full-time PhD level position, L4 software engineer at Google when he graduated from high school, and has been there for about 2 years. In the recent job performance rating for his contribution in 2025, he received an outstanding impact performance rating, which is higher than majority of the Google engineers.
Well, looking at this picture, this is now how much people change in 2.5 years when you're that age. Look, our story went viral in 2023, and you and Stanley did follow-ups with national and international news organizations. I guess it touched a nerve, right? A student with high stats, competitive high school, who had won prestigious coding competitions, rejected by 16 out of 18 colleges, including all 5 of the UCs he applied to. In our original interview, you both said you just wanted transparency. You didn't mention suing. So what led you to that decision?
So we've been going back and forth with UC officials for about a year after the story, after he was rejected. And whether it's covered in news story, whether it was cited in congressional hearing, none of that seems to bother the UC officials. And the tipping point really came when the UC admissions director sent an email to me saying that your allegation of racial discrimination is unfounded because there's law in California banning that. When I got that line, I kept scratching my head. I was like, how does logic work here? They're saying there cannot be any non-compliance if there's a law banning it, but we're exactly accusing them of breaking the law secretly. So that is the point where I realized there's nothing we can achieve by having a conversation with them. And after our conversation with the state lawmakers and Governor Newsom went nowhere, we decided to bring the lawsuits.
All right, so you've sued UC, University of Washington, Michigan, and Cornell, and you're using
And
AI.
University of Washington as well.
Okay, and you're using AI. This is very unusual. It's almost like your primary lawyer. Explain why.
Well, we did not intend it to go that way, but unfortunately, we had a really hard time getting lawyers to represent us. And we've been talking to local law firms, national law firms. By my account, we probably talked to dozens of legal organizations and law firms. None of them took it. There are different reasons behind different rejections, but at the end of it, we're looking at the clock saying if we don't bring the action, we're going to face a statute of limitation problem. So we decided to represent ourselves. And of course, being somebody with no legal experience at all, we naturally turned to AI. It turned out to be a boom that we never anticipated to be so effective.
You're using most of the major platforms, right?
That's
Claude,
correct.
I think, right? ChatGPT, Gemini. How are you
That's correct.
using them, and how effective has it been?
Yeah, so of course, there's a lot of trial and error at the beginning. But one of the things I observed is that over the past year or so, there's a dramatic increase in the performance and accuracy in all of the models across the board. And on top of that, different models seem to have slightly different personality and different ways of analyzing problems. So they each got their strengths and weaknesses. So what we end up doing is we sort of let them join force. For any legal question we have, we usually throw it at all the models that we use and trust and compare the answers and output we got back from them. That also is a wonderful way of catching and preventing hallucination, because we definitely don't want to have a fictional citation in our court filing. But if all the models are giving the same citation by the principle of redundancy, that almost eliminates the possibility that's a hallucination. So it's one way for us to control hallucination. And then also, occasionally, the models, for the most part, the models agree how to answer a particular problem, how to address a issue raised by the opposing counsel. But occasionally, they actually have opposing views. And therefore, in that case, we actually have a debate between them. We're going to throw answers, essentially relay the answer. Hey, Gemini, this is the ChatGPT's answer. What do you think? And let them actually have a debate. They can actually go back and forth.
So it's like
and we
having
ends up,
a legal team with
it's like
different
having
lawyers
a
and
team
different.
of deep lawyers,
Yeah.
top lawyers, all working for you.
This has allowed you to move forward because I imagine it's thousands of documents exchanged with these four universities that have lawyers that throw a lot of pages in all the filings. But so far, you've survived multiple motions, right? Thanks to your AI that's been trained. So,
Exactly. Yeah. In fact, in one of the recent rulings in the University of Washington case, which is the first ruling in all four cases where the judge actually issued something that's going to affect how the case is going to go, the judge ruled in our favor and rejected the university's motion to stay the case.
I don't mean to cut your time short, but we're almost out of time. While these cases continue, Nan, I want to ask you, people may be wondering, why are you doing this? Because by all accounts, Stanley's doing really well in his job, making good money, even though he didn't go to college. Why are you still pursuing this, and how far are you guys going to take it?
So one of the things that we realize is that why nobody has done this before, because there's the legal standing issue. It's going to be really hard for anybody to bring the lawsuit, because the university can argue the moment the rejected student reach junior year, they're going to say, we can no longer give you an admission, you can no longer transfer us to us, therefore you don't have legal standing, so case dismissed. So it makes it really hard to bring a case like this against the university. And here, Stanley has a unique advantage. He's not going to college yet. He may go at any time. So in some ways, he has an evergreen legal standing that allows us to bring the lawsuit. Otherwise, you have a very narrow 2-year window to resolve a case like this. But take Harvard as an example. They took 9 years to fight the case.
right,
So it's almost impossible for a regular student to win against the university simply because of the standing issue.
All right,
But we think we have a unique advantage, and we don't want to let that go.
We do have to leave this conversation here for now, but Nan Zhong, I should also mention that you're a full-time engineering manager at Google. Stanley works there full-time as well. And
that's right. That's true. But I don't know anybody on his management chain, not anybody who interviewed him.
Okay.
In fact, I don't even know who the interviewers were.
And you both certainly are not lawyers, but you're using the AI tool. Thank you very much. We look forward to further conversations. Keep us posted.
Sure.